Good morning. A beautiful fall day, and pumpkin muffins are on the way. So I wrote a little post about that and I wanted to share it with you. I think, and I'm going to read from my phone after the train passes. Calling this, fuck this, I'm getting a pumpkin. The things I'm loving right now, feeling like a basic bitch because the shame I'm feeling about my adoration for pumpkin and all things fall this time of year. Who actually wants to go apple picking, pumpkin patch meandering, and pumpkin spice drinking whatever the fuck you want to overpay for? It's reminiscent of every other person with a vagina this time of year. Am I kidding? It's people with all forms of genitalia as well. Even Bill Burr mentions in a bit, fuck this, I'm getting a pumpkin. I do. I want to do all those things and more. Even the drive into the quaint New England town to have lunch and go leaf peeping, the short hike down to Queechy Gorge covered in a confetti of colorful leaves this time of year, the warm sun on your face matched with the cold air you see your breath in for the first time of the season, reminding you to grab the bounty of scarves, coats, sweaters, and sweatshirts for the cooler days ahead. And if I'm really lucky, the tiny coffee shop or bakery that has mulled cider on the menu. I can hardly wait to sip on and wrap my hands around to warm up because it tastes like my childhood dreams come true in a cup. The upsetting wardrobe I've embraced consists of skinny jeans with holes, a flannel shirt with fall colors, or a buffalo print, boots galore, that obnoxious pumpkin drink of choice I've moved on to, and coconut curry soup. Make sure to add your flair, a pumpkin spice of choice like the Stevie Nicks or Zion National Park t-shirt, all of which I've been enjoying frequently in abundance and gorging myself on this malfeasance of activities that truly gets the disgust in myself itchy with regret. Yet, it fills my heart with such love, centers creativity as a byproduct of the season's rainbow of colors, and invites a warmth of not only what's cooking in the kitchen, does also with the gathering of people around a table or perhaps on screen to make soup, break gluten-free bread, and have deep conversations. These connected conversations about the too many months gone by of my friend Jeff passing away from COVID, and I still can't take hold of it. So I'll warm the olives just as he liked and add them to my plate of veggies and hummus as a nod to him. Share a few thoughts with him, listen for his laughter, and feel connected like he and I once did on the shores of Olali Lake. Those days were camping, bonfires, cooking in nature that makes everything taste so much better. Cold mornings with French press coffee, fishing, and the trip that he and I both realized we needed each other in our lives forever. His forever wasn't forever, yet it was rich, dense, deep, and so meaningful to so many of us. He called his friends and his family. It's in this season that harvest is bountiful the earth's way of evicting the fruits from the rich soil, suggesting she needs to rest. We too get to rest. Rest well, my friend Jeffrey. I still hear your laughter. It's a little confusing to my heart, so I just talk to you. Sometimes I get the sense you respond with a rainbow, a fish jumping on the surface of a lake, a snowflake falling perfectly on the ski jump of my nose, you called it, and a rainbow, a raindrop on my windshield that for a moment looks just like you laughing, and then it gets wiped away in a jiffy. The mounds of colorful leaves I get to play in and kick around as I walk to work brighten my day. Going in search of the most colorful red, yellow, and orange leaves to collect and press into whatever craft project served my heart that day. There's been more than one occasion that my joy has taken hold. I skip my way down a street, and it feels so beautiful. Even the time that my skips turn into a tumble to the ground, leading with my face, of course. I get to bounce or maybe limp up, sometimes with the help of a stranger who smiles and tells me it was the most joyful thing he's seen in ages. I've got a few people that have given me a round of applause, and one gal high-fived me. The warmth of humanity I get to experience in those moments of what could be so much shame, embarrassment, or horrible self-talk has turned into perfect strangers, letting me know they not only love the authenticity of the ungraceful tumble to the ground, they celebrate it with me. People are pretty cool, especially when they show up like they did for me in those moments. They get me. It puts me in a space of being in flow of gratitude for it all, even the ick, especially the ick, because on the other side of the ick, and all things for that matter, is knowing that I'm strong enough. You're strong enough too, to take it on as the gift that it is. Whether I'm skipping, stumbling, face planting on a sidewalk, kicking up rainbow of leaves with a smile, and everything in between, I get to do it authentically. And that's what resonates the most with my own heart, as well as others. Pretty cool to dust off a fall during the season of fall, or one might say, even some trauma, and be celebrated for it. I had someone tell me recently when I shared my story, it gave her permission to share hers. So I'm giving permission for my love of pumpkin flavors, pumpkin carving, pumpkin decorating, and in this case, pumpkin muffins. Even though Halloween is come and gone, with the witches gathering in Salem, I'm still longing for these beautifully baked morsels with a cup of rooibos tea on a cool morning, drenched with the red sky and morn, sailors take warn, my dad would clue us in on, making the leaves look alive with a crimson glow. I adore the combination of nostalgic pumpkin warmed with the spices of cinnamon, fresh grated nutmeg, ginger with a sweet heat, allspice. It has a hint of refinement, and cardamom if you dare. Take it on its earthy invitation to leave people wondering, what is that spice? It's a cool one to witness and especially create. With every added ingredient comes another layer of autumn coming to life in your kitchen. I love it when I put the cinnamon on the counter, lidless, with a little more assertion than the rest, in hopes of the poof upward of its dust to season the air until the baking of them makes it an undeniable pungency of pumpkin muffins being born, one tin at a time. Pumpkin muffins. Here we go.